Hello, you beautiful beings out there. How are you all today? It snowed this morning. We woke up to these beautiful big flakes coming in. Looked out the window, those things looked like they had to be about that big, flopping down. And then, of course, it warmed up and all. It's almost melted now, but first snow of the year. Something to be thankful for. I'm not really quite sure what to make videos on. It's like want to vlog, but I haven't really been doing all that interesting stuff lately, I guess. That's not true at all, actually. We had a really, really awesome guest for Shabbat. And it was unexpected. There was a guy coming to look at a guitar that I have for sale that I made that's in the shape of a Hamsa, the hand of Fatima. There's like, womp, 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 womp. You see it as like good luck stuff on people's houses and whatnot. Maybe on a necklace somebody's wearing or something. So I made this guitar in the shape of a Hamsa, and I was selling it. And this guy messages me saying that he's interested in it. Now he's in town for one day from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, for business. And I go to his Facebook profile because the last name, Goldberg, he could be Jewish. Doesn't necessarily mean he is Jewish, but there are a lot of Jewish Goldbergs out there. So I go to his Facebook page, and the very first thing I see is a picture of him and his dad and his brother and his nephews, I think. And it says 3 generations standing against anti-Semitism, or something like that. So I'm like, okay, this guy's Jewish. Cool. And he came over to look at the guitar on Friday afternoon, with me already telling him that, Shabbat was going to be coming soon, and so he likes the guitar. He's not sure if it's going to be number 32 in his collection or not yet, but he might buy the thing, so that'd be cool. We sat and we traded songs, and then Mary made some food, and we sat down to have supper. And originally he wasn't going to eat anything, and then he said, let me move that. Then he said he decided he was going to eat. He was going to share in what we had. This was after hanging out with us for a little bit longer. And then he got seconds, which I thought was pretty cool. But man, there were some great stories. I can't tell his stories well enough, but one of them was an out-of-body experience story, and it was just like, whoosh, nice. And it turns out that back in the 70s, he was in a Ram Dass and went to Ram Dass concerts, he called them. Maybe more like lectures. This guy's a musician, so maybe concerts would be right. And just telling us all this stuff, and it was really weird. It was like it was a 64-year-old version of me that we got to have over for Shabbat dinner unexpectedly. That was the best part about it too. I wouldn't be half surprised if we never see the guy again. He's like one of the Melachim in the Torah, one of the angels that comes to Abraham and Sarah. I wouldn't be surprised. And because some things in life, what was that weird mouth thing I did? Some things in life that, I don't know, that are very very lasting events with people, they just happen almost momentarily. Like, you get colored so fast by somebody with a crayon running in. It's kind of cool. And then you never see them again. Of course, now with Facebook, everybody's keeping in touch like that. But there's something to be said for just meeting somebody and enjoying a moment and not trying to hang on to it. Just letting it be. And if you meet that somebody again and you have another moment, great. And if not, okay. I'm still having good experiences here, just flying along. That's really kind of the best. And then when you can string together those moments one after another with the same person, then we call it a relationship. It's that simple. Maybe the relationship is a romantic kind of relationship. Maybe the relationship is a friendship. Maybe it's a parent and child, or a sibling. But that's really all a relationship is. We're sharing experiences along the way, and sometimes they come to stay, and sometimes they're just passing through. All that being said, I hope he does buy the guitar, because I don't need it, and if he appreciates it, I think that would be awesome. And then I could appreciate the money and paying the utility bill. That would be a good thing. What else is new out here? Not a lot. Kids are all hanging out inside peacefully. That's a cool thing. Something that doesn't always happen. I don't know. I don't have anything else. I feel like I want to do a, top 10 list, or 10 things of blah 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 blah, so that there's something for this video to be titled. Or maybe that should be a different video. Should I make 2 in one day? Can I make 2 in one day? I don't know. How far along is this one? 8 minutes. We can just keep rolling on this shit. Alright. The topic of the lifetime is something that can be called by the word mindfulness. And this is what is behind my thoughts. This is what's behind all religious practice, and yoga and meditation and everything like this. Even something like sipping a cup of tea or smoking a cigarette can in a way be a mindfulness practice. You're doing it deliberately. Now, let's say we're gonna do, I don't know how many we're gonna do. What are we gonna do? Let's go with 5. 5 ways that mindfulness will improve your life and your happiness. Okay. Number 1. Mindfulness is the practice of drawing into conscious awareness of what it is that you're doing. So I'm consciously aware that I am talking to you. I am consciously aware that I am sipping the tea. But only if I focus on one or the other do I actually end up getting the job done all the way. So I'm going to take a sip of tea. And as I take the sip of tea, I am going to notice and enjoy as many aspects of it as I can on purpose. Which seems like it should go without saying, but needed to be said. So that one little moment, done intentionally, the first thing about mindfulness is that it draws one to the happy space outside of time. There is no time anyway, you know? It's just made up in our mind of based on how we are rooted to the universe in which we live. So if we work on a one-day reset, where every day is another reset, okay, that's great. We work on a 1 week reset where, you know, everybody's working for the weekend and stuff like that. Okay, it's on a week reset. And some people work on a month reset or a year reset. Or some people work on a lifetime reset. They don't think they can ever hit the reset button and go back and start again from square one, which is always wrong. You can make the interval as small as you want to. And the way that you do it is by present mindfulness. Conscious awareness of every action. In Judaism, I found in my practice that the act of saying blessings before and after eating everything, say a blessing after you go to the bathroom, say blessings while getting up in the morning and stretching and washing hands and all kinds of different stuff. The practice of doing that is what helped me to draw into the moment many years ago when I started down this road that I've only just discovered even has a name. Weird. Okay, number 2. So number 1 is that it draws you into the happy place outside of time. Number 2, being mindfully aware of the moment raises your vibrational energy. And I'm not married to these thoughts. You don't have to think them as well. But as we recycle our focus, we recycle our energy, because ultimately everything that we are focusing upon, that is something that we put our energy into, isn't it? So if we're focusing on another person, then that person we're putting our energy into. It may be good energy, it may be bad energy. Whatever it is, we're vibing out that frequency to them. Now, the frequency increases with the interval of the reset that's been made. So you may find that, like, after a day of work, you've got this really kind of more broad energy. It may be a good energy, it may be a bad energy, don't know, but you feel like you need to hit that reset button after work, and you go out you stop by a store on the way home and, I don't know, get a candy bar or a donut or something like that, or maybe you stop off and you get a beer, or who knows what you do, but you hit that reset button, and then that sets you up for being able to, you know, function more like a human being, you know, if that's what you need, afterward. So it's weird to try to keep track of this actually up here, because, you know, all the other guys, they have like the editing stuff to put the stuff on the screen. I don't have that. I just have this one up here. You can't see it. It doesn't help all that much for you. Let's see. The first one is happiness. Happiness, space outside of time. Second one is increasing your vibration. Right. So the slower the interval of reset, the higher the conscious awareness level in that moment, and the faster the faster the focus is being returned to the consciousness. In the longer intervals of reset, the consciousness is being focused upon the bigger interval. When you're going to get out of work at the end of the day, if that's what you're waiting for. When are you going to be out of school? When you're going to be out of college? When are you going to have a career? When you're going to have a baby? When you're going to get married, usually, and then have a baby, I think is what they say happens, but it doesn't always happen that way. When you're going to retire? When are you going to buy a retirement property? And then it starts coming back really fast to when are you going to eat? When are you going to get up to go walk around the mall? When are the kids going to call again? When are the kids going to call again? So your focus changes, and as the focus changes and it lines up with different intervals, then those intervals are the basis for our vibrational frequency. So resetting with momentary awareness is absolutely essential for raising your frequency. Now, number 3 is similar, because once the frequency is raised, or it's not similar, but it comes off of it. Once the frequency is raised, then it's not just a mental and emotional thing. It's mental, it's emotional, and it's not mental because there's no mind in the reset. No mindness. I guess that's still mental, whatever. It's mental, it's emotional, and it's physical. When you're raising your vibrational frequency, it helps your body to line up in all kinds of ways. And I view it like the world is all of these crazy vibrations out here. Right? And they're all going ping bang doom dong zing zong bong, and they're wiping around in circles and going zigzags and all kinds of shit. And this is all the energy that's out here in the world. Well, if you're let's just say you're in a big spacecraft and you're going through stuff like this in the universe that's made up of like asteroids. Okay, the asteroids are the importance that are put to the energies that are out there. Well, you're going to get hit by a lot of stuff, man, because you're a great big space cruiser. But if you got like, I don't know, just some way to just use your body, or if you got some way to get in a personal spacecraft, you could go around those a lot better, right? If you ended up being able to just have like a jetpack basically in space, which I'm not sure how well that would actually work. I'm no rocket surgeon. Pretentious pause done. If you could just fly around with just your body, you could be even more maneuverable and you could miss hitting more stuff. But then what if you could take from your body and you can shrink down even farther, like Ant-Man or something, and shoop, then you can fly in between everything. And that's what you're doing when you pull down into momentary conscious awareness. And the more that you can do that over and over and over and over again, strung throughout a day, then the less all of everything else can really bother you. Because, it's not even a thing. It's the easiest thing to dodge. And it's the easiest thing, too, to sit there and go, oh yeah, I know you. I know this frequency. I know this anger. I know this sadness. That was number 3. Okay, number 4, and I'm just making this up as I go along, by the way. Number 4, being mindfully aware of the moment. This is what allows one to be able to freestyle. Whether it is that you're freestyling words in a rap song, or in a country song, or in a folk song, or in, all different songs. There are people that freestyle words out, or there are people that freestyle words just like this. Being consciously aware of the moment, in the moment, is what allows you to speak with confidence and to not have to take so many pauses in between speech and to get embarrassed when you're calling yourself out on taking too many pauses because you're not consciously aware of your speaking because you're rolling a cigarette. That was deep. So number 4 is that it, what was it? Helps you to freestyle, which helps you to do things like, I don't know, play baseball. You think you could play baseball if you weren't consciously aware of the moment? No, you'd be swinging that bat all over the freaking place. You wouldn't hit a fly. But a hitter who is very consciously aware of the moment that he's in, and nobody calls it that, there's no need to. But that's really what it is, isn't it? If you go out to play some sport, I bet you can't play it if your mind is off somewhere else in a mode of what are we going to have for dinner? Or I wonder if the kids brushed their teeth before they went to bed. That's not going to help anything, Chief. Oh, cigarette keeps going out. Oh, listen to the beauty of the sound of the traffic. And the water falling from the trees. And the kids inside that think everything's so tragic. Can't we just all be friends, please? Alright, number 5. Living in the moment helps you to make lists. Obviously it does, because that's what this whole thing was about here, right? And if it gives you the confidence to talk to people, and it gives you the confidence to make a list without really knowing much of what you're going off of, just catching the clouds as they dart through the sky. Today's a slow day in the sky, by the way. Not a whole lot of clouds. Some very interesting ones, though. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was my first list. My 5 lists of how minute mindfulness, minute mindfulness, mindfulness of minutia, momentary awareness, purposeful conscious awareness, purposeful conscious momentary awareness, awareness of a moment that is personally conscious, consciously aware assemblage of drivel. All kinds of different things. It's fun. Give it a try. Give it a try being in the moment. I guarantee you it's the most fun that you can have in this form. Shalom, shalom, salam, salam. Peace. Love you.